But as someone who's 53 years old and been investing for over 30 years, I know that something will come up sooner or later. Always does. So back when I bought U.S. real estate, what had happened was I was investing in U.S. stocks and shares of Berkshire Hathaway. So the stock market went down in 2008, recovered in the spring of 2009, and did a sharp rebound. So things were really good for about a year and a half, and then prices started going to the point where it wasn't as attractive as it used to be. Because of the nature of how I use my opportunity bucket, I never go to zero. Sort of like Warren Buffett always keeps like $30 to $50 billion in reserve at all times, regardless of what is happening. So I had money, but the US stock market became very expensive very quickly. But US real estate kept going down. So throughout 2008, 9, 10, and even in 2011, real estate just kept collapsing. So I started buying U.S. real estate at the end of 2009, looking in Arizona. I knew that the long-term average annual return of U.S. stocks in aggregate was approximately 10% a year. I need to see a return of over 14% in order to convince me to switch over. After doing the calculations, the return on U.S. rental real estate was around 17%. Operating yield of 11, appreciation of 4, currency appreciation 2%, 17%, 7% margin of safety, way over the 4% I was looking for, so I went to U.S. real estate. This is where the statement, past performance is not indicative of future results, comes into play. The U.S. stock market has gone on a tear. You can see here in the last 10 years, from 2015 to 2025, it's had a 13% average annual return, and in the last 5 years since the pandemic, a 14% average annual return. So even though I thought 70% was enough for me to switch over, it wasn't as great as it turned out to be, where the U.S. stock market over the last 5 years returned 14%, only a 3% margin. Now don't get me wrong, 70% per year for the last 15 years has been amazing, but the U.S. stock market is something else. Yeah, and currently the U.S. stock market is not cheap, and the properties that I own in Tennessee and Arizona also are not cheap. But as someone who's 53 years old and been investing for over 30 years, I know that something will come up sooner or later. Always does. Learn the lessons about stocks that your parents didn't teach you. Start here. Learn the lessons about rental real estate that your teachers don't know. Start here. And keep up to date by discovering 5 ways to reach financial independence sooner by downloading my free newsletter linked off the bio. Good luck. Take care.